Welcome to the track guide for the Cadillac CTS-V at Portland International Raceway, home of SVG's first Xfinity victory. So we accelerate, let out, 5th gear. What I'm looking for is the 400 sign. So I'm looking to brake around about that sign. Quite heavy, so I'm on just before the 400, but in the car it feels like you're braking at 400. Heavy braking. I have moved the brake bias to 52.2. It comes at 53.3 standard, so it's 3 clicks to the rear. So heavy braking in a straight line, down to second, and you can cut a fair bit of this curb. I've not cut the maximum. You can get right in here, but I've just cut a bit of it, so I've left half a car width there. Still braking, still trailing. Still trailing. Don't take the curb, but just brush up against it. And as soon as you sight the exit, you can start to accelerate. Once you get straight, then you can accelerate fully. Do not clip this curb. Just drive around it like that. This part of the track is very narrow. So get out nice and wide. There's no specific marker for braking here. It's when you feel as though that looked to be just past the 200, I'm starting to brake. Down to third. Trail braking into this corner. This is like a 3-in-1 corner. So trailing there. That one is tight. Not running the car out to there because you're wanting to stay tight for this one. And this is probably the less tight of all these, this part of the track. You can start to accelerate again through here. You see we accelerate through this part, push out to the curb on the left, and then starting to trail brake into this corner again. So you're just playing with brake and throttle to make sure you hit the lines that I've taken through there. Get up on the curb, it will help with grip. Then once you're straight, back on the gas, and then pretty much straight away braking hard down to second. Half throttle, and then up to third, a short shift, because you are still turning on quite a sharp arc here, and this is prone to wheel spin in second. So I've just gone up to third to be able to accelerate harder, no wheel spin, easier on tyres. And around here, around the end of that grass there, I'm braking, only sort of half brake, down to second, trail brake into the corner, and just as I'm starting to sight the apex here, I'm getting close, start to accelerate, because what this acceleration is doing is kicking the rear out, because I can then and another stab at the gas there to get it to turn around more, rotate, and then straight into full acceleration. Getting that drive out down this long straight, really important. Probably won't be that aggressive during the race. The tyres, you want to look after them. So it's a curve rather than a straight, but it is full throttle the whole way. And when you get to about this point, it's where you start counting them down. So that's the 700. What I'm looking for is the 200. Okay, 7, 6, 5, and then I am literally counting them down in my head each time. because I can't find a better marker, and it's hard to see these because you are going at decent speed. So I just start counting them down. Then once I get past the 3 and I can sight the 2, I'm starting to brake. Down to 4th, turn in really early because you want your right side tyres on this curb. I didn't quite take as much as what you could there. Then brake some more, down to 3rd for this curb. And again, get the left side wheels on this curb. Let the car wander out into this space here. That is not an off track. Then braking down to the grass there, that'll be an off track, but as you can see I'm inside that. So braking down to 2nd, get up on the curb, let that help rotate, and then push out wide here, and then full acceleration once you feel the car's under control. That is an 11.98. So we'll look at that in full speed from the cockpit. And one more time from the chase view. Good luck out on track, team. Hope this is of use. Thank you for watching, and I'll catch you in the next one.